Ladies and gentlemen, here's Carl Reiner. And we'll talk, then we'll get you involved that way.
Carl should be.
No, ladies always in the middle.
Ladies in the middle, right.
I will sit very close.
Thank you.
Yes. Have you met my brother?
Yes.
Huh?
Backstage.
Who is the brother? Your brother? Me
Because
and
of
you?
the
Because of the hair.
the coupe de cheveux.
You know, you should sit, the Greek.
Say, speaking of hair.
I don't know. I could send mine to the Greek.
Carl, you're the one person that comes on this show. I never know how you're going to look when you come out.
Why?
Now, because I'll tell you why. I don't know whether to be insulted or flattered. He goes on, he gets awards on television, you know, Writers Guild of America, all those things, and he doesn't have it on.
Right.
He doesn't have what?
Huh?
What?
He doesn't have his
Mes
Tino.
cheveux, mes cheveux.
Tu n'as pas de cheveux?
Non, c'est dans ma propre cheveux.
Non.
C'est un fake.
Non, c'est...
C'est un cheveu de cheval.
Not very fake.
And he said so.
Ouais.
Well, sure.
C'est vrai, c'est vrai.
Admire you more.
La vérité est importante, n'est-ce
Oui,
pas?
bien sûr.
I must say,
I say
it's
truth is
Mais c'est
important.
one of the
formidable.
most beautiful ones I've ever
Yours
seen.
is not bad.
Listen, I...
That's real.
Treacher's the one that has the old one. Yeah. I never know. Do you pick an occasion and decide?
Yes, I found out that you're reaching maybe over 5,000 people in the United States. maybe 5 times that many. And I figure, rule of thumb, if there is more than 5,000 people present, yes. I mean, in one group. I mean, in New York City, there are millions, but I don't walk on the street with it.
But I mean, you discuss it so freely. Are those 5,000 people saying, "Oh, he has his hair on"?
No. You see, it's formal wear. It's like a tuxedo. And I've said this before, that anybody who wears it during the day is being gaudy. You know, it's overdressed. But at night...
Do you have a change? I mean, do you have one for formal occasions?
No, I just keep using the newest one. I have lots in the drawer. I keep...
Any for picnics? You know.
No, I don't wear them for picnics.
Huh?
No, picnics and...
Not in the time.
No, and kissing games and things like that, I don't use it for.
Has
You know,
anything ever embarrassing happened?
Yes, once I came on a network television show, a person asked me if I wearing a toupee. Right now, I'm embarrassed. No, nothing, really.
I mean, like giving a kiss and a...
But I was embarrassed last week in Boston. I went to visit my daughter, who's a student in Boston University for the first year, and I visited my friend Professor Kirshner in Cambridge, music professor. I have a new play, and I wanted to tell him about the play. He's the one bright man in the world whose opinion I trust and admire. And I was telling him the play, and I wasn't wearing my toupee, and very few people were recognizing me, and I was very happy because I was in a restaurant, and I was so involved with telling my play, and somebody finally recognized me without the toupee because of those performances I've done without it, and I asked for an autograph, and I was getting a little annoyed because I was so interested in telling about my play. And finally, another girl came over, and I took out the pen, and I started to sign, and I held up pen, and she said, "Would you mind taking your arm down from the booth? You're hitting that poor little nun in the head with it." There was a nun on the other side of the booth. And so I said, "Oh, I'm sorry." And she didn't know who I was. She didn't recognize me because I wasn't wearing my toupee.
Yeah.
But I was, that was an embarrassing moment.
Do you ever run into the partner?
Mel Brooks?
Brooks. Yeah.
I speak to him on the phone. He's my relative. I was telling
I've
her.
never
Yes,
met Mel
say
Brooks.
this.
Oh, you've got to get Mel on the show. He's got a new movie coming out, and he'll want to tell the world about it, so he will come on the show. Mel Brooks has a way of making a joke that you don't expect. I was telling her about the perfect joke he made the other day. Because she has the most delightful French accent, it reminded me of Mel. One day we play like kids when we're alone together. We'll play games. And I said, "Mel, come over here. We need a close-up for this one. Do we have a close-up? Oh, that's good enough." I said, "Mel, I'm going to teach you French. Now, repeat after me. For the nose, you want to learn the nose. That is the nose. Say after me." He went, "The nose." It's very good. I said, the cheek.
Oui.
The cheek, pronounce the cheek. He says, "The cheek." I said, "Very good. Now, the eye. He says, "No." I said, oui, the eye. That's not the eye. I said, "Yes, that's the eye." He says, No, that is below the eye. This is the eye." That's a joke. You couldn't guess it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the funny meeting between you somehow Mel Brooks.
Oh,
and
I know what you're getting at.
Jerry Lewis?
That's right. No, Mel worked for Jerry, as he's worked for many great comedians, Sid Caesar, Jerry Lewis. He worked for Jerry for about a year. Now, Jerry and Mel, as most comedians and most writers, do not see eye to eye many times, and they were having a monumental fight about a particular sketch. Mel thought it was marvelous, and I guess Jerry didn't like it, and they were yelling about it, and Mel was furious, and he has a way of getting furious where his veins stick out and his teeth show, but there's always humor someplace in there, and you get frightened because he looks like he's ready to kill. And he couldn't take it any longer. He came into the room, and I think I need a long shot for this.
Yeah.
He came into the room, he says, all right.
You're calling your own shots?
Yeah, you need this. You need this. He says, okay, Jerry, where's Jerry? Right there. Okay, Jerry, that's it. That's it, Jerry. I've had it. I've had it right up to here. He's got all this to go. At the moment he was about to say right up to here, he decided to save his life and his job. Right up to here.
I didn't know. Do writers fight back with the stars?
All the time, all the time.
And will the star take it?
Yes, if a star is smart, he will take it. Sam Goldwyn once said, from polite conferences come polite scripts. When people are yelling at each other, they're yelling because they believe something very strongly. And the more they believe it, the more they will either prove their point or have the other guy prove the point back, their point back to them. So there's an excitement about wanting your point. It means you care. If you fight, you care. And if you care, you're probably doing better work. It's when you just pass into some jokes and say, here, there they are, you know, you don't really care. But if you believe in those jokes, there must be something in them. You must care, or a premise.
Let me ask you a technical question.
Yes.
Because now you're responsible for the Dick Van Dyke Show, many on television. Enter Laughing, of course, you wrote. It was a Broadway
with
show.
With Joe Stein.
Right.
Yes.
What makes you decide whether a storyline is good and has appeal to the public?
Well, you know, as far as the Van Dyke Show, I had a very strange rule of thumb. I used to watch a lot of situation comedy with my children when they were very young. And when somebody would say, I'm not going to the PTA, I don't care what you say, darling. And the next moment, my child would say, he's going to be at the PTA. And there he was.
Yeah.
And I said, gee, I never want to write anything where they can sing along with me. I'm not Mitch Miller. I want to write something where they won't know where I'm going, because I should be taking them to places that have been uncharted. So I used my kids as a rule of thumb. I said, where would my kids think this is going, because of their knowledge of situation comedy, just having watched it. The whole country is very knowledgeable about show business. I says, where does the audience expect me to go? I will not go there, even though I will lead them down the track right to the gate. And they'll open the gate and I'll run away and go someplace else. So I would say if you have to know the cliches very well to write well for anything, and then either use the cliches or skirt the cliches, but know them. Not use them because they're there and easy. Yeah. You write them, you know, they come out easily because you know them. That's a rule.
Now, Carl, they say now that half-hour comedies like I Love Lucy, Dick Van Dyke Show, they're out. They're dead now.
I wouldn't think so.
Huh?
No form is dead. No form ever dies. We get a surfeit of it. We get too much of it, and then we say, that's enough already. But it comes back. It comes back. And do anything excellent, and it will come back like that. If one excellent one pops up, everybody will want to do one. And then you'll get tired of seeing a lot of them that are not as good.
Do you object at all in this medium, in television, that so many movies are coming on it?
Not really, because I missed a lot of these great movies. But they're not as good on television as they were in the movie house. They're not that good when they're that big. The full screen is much more exciting, because I remember seeing certain pictures and remembering them fondly and seeing them on television, and they're not quite as good. Well,
What is your idea of a great motion picture of the past?
Well, my favorite motion picture in the last 15 years is Big Deal on Madonna Street. For some strange reason, it's an Italian movie, but Citizen Kane was a great movie. I don't know, probably you name them, and I can't think of them offhand, but if we sat in a living room, we'd probably go through hundreds of them.
Favorite stars?
Well, I think the best...
Who would you go to a movie to see?
I would go to see Marlon Brando, anything he does. Even if it's a bad movie, I want to see what he does. Because it's an artist, either playing his instrument well or badly. You know, when Heifetz plays, if he plays badly, it's still better than most people. And he is probably the most gifted actor in America. As far as European actors, there's, you know, dozens that I like.
Are they better over there than us?
I think they're not better. They had better training grounds. In England, you know, they go through a better schooling than we do here.
Did you hear that, Arthur?
Yes, I need a long shot for this.